The storm arrived without warning, the way all deadly things do on the frontier. One moment, the sky above Outpost Meridian was a dull copper haze, the twin suns sinking low behind the ridge. The next, the wind howled like a living creature, dragging sand and charged particles across the plains with enough force to flay exposed skin. Sirens wailed from the perimeter towers, and the settlement shutters slammed shut one by one. I was 3 kilometers outside the walls when it hit. My rover died instantly, systems fried by the electromagnetic surge that always came with these storms. I barely had time to grab my pack before the wind knocked me flat, grinding my face into the sand. Visibility dropped to nothing. The air tasted like metal and ozone. That was when I saw her. She stumbled through the storm ahead of me, half falling, half dragged by the wind. She was taller than any human woman I'd known, her silhouette slender and wrong in subtle ways, longer limbs, joints bending too smoothly. A faint bioluminescent pattern flickered beneath her skin, struggling against the storm's interference. She wasn't wearing a suit. No respirator. No shielding. She should have been dead. "Hey!" I shouted, though the wind tore the word from my mouth. "You'll die out here." She turned, eyes glowing pale blue in the dust-choked darkness. Fear flashed across her face, not fear of the storm, but of me. She tried to run. The wind knocked her down again, harder this time. She didn't get back up. I had a choice then. Out here, helping a stranger, especially a non-human, wasn't just dangerous. It was illegal. The Meridian Accords were clear: unregistered alien contact had to be reported immediately. Harboring one could cost you your ration license. Or worse. But storms didn't care about laws. I hauled her up, slung her arm over my shoulder, and staggered toward the only shelter within reach, my field tent, anchored behind a basalt outcrop not far from my dead rover. She didn't fight me. She was too weak. By the time we collapsed inside the tent and sealed it, the storm was screaming overhead, battering the fabric like it wanted in. She came to slowly. I'd wrapped her in thermal blankets and hooked her to my spare rebreather, adjusting the oxygen mix on instinct. Her physiology was different, but not so different I couldn't guess. Her eyes snapped open, glowing brighter as she took in her surroundings. She recoiled, pressing herself against the tent wall, hands raised defensively. "I won't hurt you," I said quickly. "You were going to die out there." Her gaze darted to the tent flap, then back to me. "You shouldn't have helped me." "That's what everyone says," I replied. "Right before they don't." She studied me for a long moment, as if weighing probabilities only she could see. Finally, her hands lowered. "My name is Silas," she said softly. Her accent was musical, the words shaped carefully, like she was afraid of breaking them. "I am not permitted to be here." "Neither am I," I said. "Technically. I was supposed to be back inside the walls an hour ago." That earned me the faintest hint of a smile. The storm raged on, hours stretching endlessly. Silas shivered despite the blankets, her bioluminescent patterns flickering erratically. "Your body's not handling the charge," I said. "The storm's messing with you." She nodded. "Our nervous systems are sensitive. I should have reached my extraction point before nightfall." "Extraction point?" I asked. Her eyes flicked away. "I cannot tell you." I didn't push. Everyone on Meridian was running from something. Instead, I handed her a ration bar and watched as she examined it curiously before taking a careful bite. Her expression shifted, surprise, then relief. "This is good," she said. "High praise," I chuckled. "Most people say it tastes like recycled boots." For a while, we just listened to the storm. The tent glowed faintly with her light, casting strange shadows on the fabric. "Why did you help me?" she asked suddenly. I shrugged. "Because I could." She frowned. "That is not a logical answer." "Human specialty," I said. "Bad logic, worse decisions." She looked at me again, longer this time. "You risk punishment." "Yeah. From your own people." "Also yeah." Her voice dropped to almost a whisper. "Where I come from, people do not do that." Something in her tone made my chest tighten. The storm broke just before dawn. The wind died abruptly, leaving an eerie silence behind. The tent fabric sagged as if exhausted. I peeked outside, shielding my eyes from the sudden calm. The plains were transformed, sand sculpted into sharp ridges, debris scattered for kilometers. In the distance, the lights of Outpost Meridian blinked back to life. Silas stood beside me, her glow dimmer now, steadier. You must take me to the edge of your settlement, she said. I will find my way from there. I hesitated. You'll get spotted. Rumors are less dangerous than capture, she replied. For both of us. She wasn't wrong. We walked the last stretch together, keeping to the low ground. As the walls of Meridian loomed closer, Celis stopped. This is far enough. I nodded. Take care of yourself. She looked at me, really looked, as if committing my face to memory. You gave me refuge when you did not have to, she said. Among my people, that creates a debt. I don't want anything, I said quickly. Her lips curved into a sad smile. That is why the debt is heavy. Then she stepped back, blending into the shadows beyond the wall. By the time I returned to my quarters, the settlement was buzzing. By noon, everyone knew. They always did. They say you had an alien woman in your tent all night. I heard she glowed. Did you touch her? Are you under investigation? Whispers followed me through the market, the mess hall, even the maintenance bays. Some people looked at me with curiosity, others with suspicion. A few with open hostility. The authorities questioned me that evening. I told them the truth. Mostly. Yes, I found her during the storm. Yes, I gave her shelter. No, I didn't know her species. No, I didn't know where she went. They warned me. Officially. Unofficially, they told me I was lucky. The Meridian Council didn't want attention from off-world agencies. Sweeping things under the rug was easier than starting an incident. But people didn't forget. Weeks passed. The rumors grew instead of fading. Some said I was collaborating with aliens. Others claimed I was marked, that strange things would start happening around me. A few avoided me entirely. Then the changes started. Power fluctuations stabilized when I was nearby. Systems that had been failing for months suddenly worked after I passed through. Crops in the hydrodomes showed unexplained growth spurts. I told myself it was coincidence. Until the crystal appeared. I found it on my bunk one night, resting neatly on my pillow. A small, facete shard that pulsed with soft blue light. Celis's light. When I touched it, warmth spread up my arm, and a single thought, not words, but meaning, filled my mind. I have not forgotten. The second time I saw her, the sky was clear. A single ship descended beyond the ridge, sleek and silent, nothing like the clunky freighters Meridian was used to. It didn't trigger the alarms. It didn't show on the scanners. Celis stood at the edge of the plains, no longer weak, no longer afraid. Her glow was brighter now, controlled, intricate patterns flowing beneath her skin. You should not have returned, I said as I approached. I owed you more than distance, she replied. Behind her, the ship hummed softly. I sensed power there, vast, restrained. My people are leaving this sector, she said. There will be no hunters. No reprisals. Meridian will be safe. That's a lot, I said. For one night. Her gaze softened. It was not just one night. I understood then. The storm. The shelter. The choice. You changed things, I said. So did you, she replied. She extended her hand, and for a moment, I thought she was asking me to leave with her. Instead, she pressed a familiar warmth into my palm, not the crystal, but something deeper. A resonance. A connection. You will always be known, she said, as the one who chose kindness when no one was watching. The ship rose, vanishing into the sky like it had never been there. The rumors never stopped. Even years later, new arrivals would hear the story, the man who sheltered an alien woman during the storm. Some told it like a scandal. Others like a legend. I didn't care. Because sometimes, late at night, when the systems hum just a little too perfectly and the stars seem to bend in subtle ways, I feel that warmth again. And I remember that one night of refuge can echo across worlds. And that no one ever forgets the moment they chose to be human.